Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you game 1 in a series between Nicker and Hopestar. Supposedly this is going to be a very good series. Going to go ahead and speed things up just a bit. I am a little bit pressed on time today, and hopefully this game does get into position rather quickly. Going to turn off Fog of War as we see Nicker spawning as the blue Night Elf on the bottom left. Meanwhile, Hopestar has spawned as the red Undead on the top right. It is going to be an Undead quickly selling his Scroll of Town Portal and picking up a Rod of Necromancy. Meanwhile, the Death Knight doing some early work attempting to take down this Renegade Wizard as the game is now underway. Ancient of War taking a fair bit of damage here in game number 1, as it really feels like I sped things up. No time to waste, just go as quickly as possible. As you can see, the Ancient of War is taking a fair bit of damage here, but should be able to clear out some of these apprentice wizards with the help of the Archer, as the Archer is getting all the final blows. Demon Hunter now running across the field does have a Circlet of Nobility and Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. Death Knight making sure to pick up the Claws of Attack +6 and the Tome as well, as we are already going into a little bit of a battle. Demon Hunter actually taking a little bit of damage there, not quite sure if he wants to really rush inside here, and that was a little bit of a mistake, actually getting caught within the attack range of that Nerubian Tower. Skeletal Minion now going to give a little bit of free experience to that Demon Hunter. No, the Demon Hunter does not want to do much there, as the Death Knight is now sitting back and relaxing inside his base, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. We are already teching the Tree of Ages by Nicker. Meanwhile, Hopestar is now getting a lot of ghouls. I am quite surprised about the number of ghouls that I'm seeing, and we only have one crypt right now, so we have been pretty much doing non-stop ghoul production with the Death Knight. And if the Death Knight can perhaps take down these early archers, this may actually spell doom. All right, let's see how everything is going to be coming down here in just a moment. As we are now looking at the Demon Hunter engaging in the center portion of the map, you can see that the Demon Hunter now trying to make its way in, trying to get some easy damage, not going to be able to do so, as the chain of ghouls would be able to get a good surround on that Demon Hunter. Now, it looks like the Demon Hunter is going to finally engage here, but has to be extremely careful, getting a good mana burn there, as the Ancient of War is now uprooted. Now, the question is going to be, are we going to get enough damage? You can see that there is one Shadow Melded Archer right there. Dust of Appearance quickly used over, or quickly brought over and used, as the Archer now is currently being revealed. And now what we're seeing is some beautiful death coils to try and save these low hit point ghouls. One ghoul, not so lucky, didn't get the death coil that was intended for him, I believe, as this ghoul is going to get taken down by the Demon Hunter again. Demon Hunter of Nicker doing a great job fending off this attack here and using all of the Moonwells to his advantage, as we see the Ancient of War is doing a good job fighting back all of these units still. Okay, Demon Hunter now going to be trying to chase away down a skeletal minion or two, perhaps taking down a ghoul, but we see Hopestar making sure that that ghoul is well protected. Excuse me, that ghoul is well protected, as the Death Knight still wandering around on the inside. Now, with the way the Moonwells were positioned, it's very, very strong and very easy for the archers to dance around. Now we also have the Altar of Elders and the Tree of Ages allowing and giving way to the Panda. And once the Panda is out, that Breath of Fire really deals a lot of damage to these unsuspecting ghouls. We see the long run all the way back home now. And what are we going to be looking at next, as the Demon Hunter now chasing after that Death Knight. Death Knight taking a bit of damage, but will put himself in harm's way, so to speak, to protect his ghouls. Nicely played so far, but I do believe Nicker did a really good job controlling that harassment. However, that is not the end game strategy that Hopestar is going for. No, he is instead opting to go for gargoyles, and with double crypt gargoyles, it is going to be extremely difficult for the archers to really fight back against all of those gargoyles. The reason why is that many of the archers or archer production had pretty much come to a standstill because of the number of ghouls in that early rush. We can see a fair amount of moon juice ready to heal up more of those units as the Demon Hunter and Panda looking to press forward and perhaps make a bit of a play. Coming back down over here, the Death Knight. Death Knight now going after the Archer. Archer taking a bit of damage, and that Archer has taken a lot of damage so far. However, the Dryads are already there, and the Gargoyles, as early as they are not going to be able to do all that much. You can see the Dryads and the Archers are in position, and the Dryads with that slow poison really do a number on those Gargoyles. Gargoyles, if they have a way to go back into stone form and heal up in between fights and in between harassment, that would be much better for them, as the Demon Hunter and the Death Knight now running all the way back again. Alright, 4 Gargoyles against 1 Dryad. Archers are there as well, and the Archers doing a fair bit of piercing damage back against that Gargoyle. Gargoyle now sitting sub 117 hit points, and that is just going to continue to hurt, as you can see that the Demon Hunter and the Panda both do not have any viable ways to take down this Gargoyle. Breath of Fire onto the Gargoyle to ensure the kill. Nicely done. As 3 Gargoyles of Hopestar looking for different routes and different strategies to try and stop his opponent. Alright. There goes another detonation, making sure that there is not as many Wisp all across the field. However, the Panda, the Archers, and the Demon Hunter, who will eventually get, I believe, an Orb of Venom, may be too much for these Gargoyles. Death Knight now running all the way back. We have some Skeletal Minions back over here. We are seeing a 34/50 supply compared to 37. So both sides fairly even in terms of just overall army sizes. It's the fact that the Night Elf will be getting the level 3 on this Demon Hunter momentarily. Oh, there he goes, finally getting up to level 3. I believe that Skeletal Minion will get taken down by time, as we see the Gargoyles really looking to put pressure, but unable to do anything so far. 5 Gargoyles now running all the way, or flying all the way back home. We are at Black Citadel. There is a sacrificial pit. We are getting in some not destroyers, obsidian statues. And with this, it really feels like Hopestar is already rushing into the late game. I believe he wanted to really stretch out that mid and early game strategies, using those ghouls and those gargoyles to shut down any sort of advantage that the Night Elf was hoping to get. But that did not happen at all. He didn't really get that much harassment in, and it ended up giving the Demon Hunter a little bit of a lead in the experience race. However, it looks like Hopestar is ready to go to really push out once more. Perhaps if Hopestar can catch some of these units as they're in transit, that would be the better strategy. As you see a Breath of Fire quickly taking down some units, and now the Gargoyles are going after those Archers. Alright, Mana Burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight pretty much has no options here. Panda now getting a Breath of Fire off onto all of those units there. There's a Staff of Preservation saving the Panda, as we now see level 3 on the Death Knight. Level 3 on the Death Knight most likely got level 2 Death Coil. Even though level 2 Unholy Aura would not be a bad idea at this point. The Death Knight has constantly been in a little bit of trouble with mana, as he is unable to cast as much as he would like. We can take a look. Gargoyles and Death Knight all ready to go. There's an Obsidian statue hiding back over here, healing up all those units. A Lich is now being added. And a Lich with Frost Nova may be exactly what the Doctor ordered in order to slow down some of those units. Panda now sitting at level 2 will get very close to level 3, but not quite get there, as you see him now backing off. Alright, come on, one more shot. There you go. There it is. Panda getting the killing blow there. Meanwhile, Gargoyles, Death Knight, and Ghouls just wandering back and around. You can see the Wand of Illusion. The Panda absorbing a bit of damage there, making sure that it is still alive. Alright, coming back, we can see that the Demon Hunter is nowhere to be found here. Panda is seen at level 3 and may try to go for a Drunken Haze. Breath of Fire. There's the stone form to shake that Breath of Fire damage over time. even though I believe a gargoyle was taken down there. Demon Hunter ready to use that orb of venom and start slicing and dicing through those gargoyles, and we are still yet to have seen any extra heroes come in from the undead side. There it is, the Lich is now sitting at level 1. And we'll see if it techs for Frost Nova or for Frost Armor. I do believe Frost Nova is the better use at this point in time, as it allows you to pick off trailing units with that slow, and it generally works to your favor. Illusion Panda gonna get taken down. There it goes. You can see 2 Mud Golems and a Rock Golem ready to go, but their back, or the Rock Golem's back, has been turned around. We can see that the Death Knight and the Ghouls are getting ready to perhaps strike and take down the Demon Hunter Panda. Level 3 on the Night Elf heroes. Meanwhile, I believe we're seeing at level 3, level 1, Druid of the Mastery Claw training now finished, so Bears will be joining in the field. Alright, are we going to see some Frost Novas? There's a bit of damage. The Orb of Venom really making short work out of those gargoyles. Gargoyles taking a lot of damage here. We could see another Breath of Fire in just a moment. Drunken Haze Breath of Fire would do wonders here. As you can see, that damage over time is really causing a bit of problems. A Scroll of Healing trying to counteract it, but a second Breath of Fire should just be around the corner, and once that Drunken Haze Breath of Fire goes down, you can see how much damage all those units are purely taking. Alright, Demon Hunter attempting to take down a couple of units, unable to do so. Dryads now chasing and bringing up the rear again. As we look at the Panda, perhaps if they can get in front of this gargoyle army, we'll be able to blow it out of the sky. Alright, you can see all of these gargoyles now flying off to the north. They should be recovering and trying to fly somewhere else. Will they be able to? That is the key question. Gargoyles waiting to fly all the way back while they are on Blight. And they do regenerate hit points rather quickly on Blight. You can see them regenerate hit points even though they are in the air. And once that Death Knight gets to level 4, perhaps the movement speed will be fast enough. The question is, will it even get to level 4, or will the Demon Hunter and the Panda just prove to be too much? Rock Golem looking to fall here. You can see that the Panda is clearing out this creep camp. There it goes, gonna get taken down. Potion of Invulnerability dropped as the creep jack comes in. Another Drunken Haze Breath of Fire, and a lot of these gargoyles are just taking damage over time. Not this one in particular, but a lot of the gargoyles are just taking damage over time, and that will start to make a very, very big difference if you are unable to heal up all of your units before the next fight begins. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look. Gargoyles still healing up tremendously. Back down over here, the archers now making their way off to the north. Panda and Demon Hunter ready to go, as a low hit point Dryad may be the first unit to fall in this upcoming fight. This is going to become a very big deal in just a moment, as the Demon Hunter now clearing out this 5-5-5-1-1 creep camp. Panda is right there. There is a Tome of Strength. Panda picks that up, and here we go. There's the engagement. There's a Drunken Haze. There's a Breath of Fire, and so much damage dealt as the gargoyle is getting taken out very, very quickly. All right, another Dryad does fall, and now things are all of a sudden looking in favor of Hopestar. This is not looking good for Nicker at all. Nicker is getting a lot of Breath of Fire off, but the Breath of Fires are just not blowing enough units out of the sky, as there are still archers, Dryads, and Obsidian statues with 2 heroes out on the field. Alright, let's take a look at this. The Panda could be getting to 70 mana, and once it does, Breath of Fire is once more on the table, and that Breath of Fire may end up just taking down multiple gargoyles in a moment's notice. Back over here, you can see that the Demon Hunter and the Panda giving chase to the Death Knight. Death Knight sitting at 4, Lich sitting at 2, almost at level 3. But almost at level 3 doesn't amount for much, as the Lich is pretty much now out of mana and out of options. Alright, let's take a look here. You can see that the Demon Hunter now makes its way off to the north. Gonna go ahead and clear out this 5 2-2 creep camp. Very, very easy creep camp to clear out, as the Demon Hunter will not get to level 5. It should get a little bit closer, but even with the Scourge Bone Chimes, not going to get to level 5. The Scourge Bone Chimes do help the Demon Hunter stay alive much, much longer, as it does give him a little bit of lifesteal. Alright. You can take a look at this here. The Demon Hunter now chasing after the units. Demon Hunter looking to chase after the units as the units now run back inside their base. You can see down over here, archers coming in to rejoin on this fight, as the Demon Hunter still sitting at level 4, and he's kind of stalled out in terms of experience. Panda also sitting at level 4, and both of the Night Elf heroes have kind of stalled out. Meanwhile, the Lich and the Death Knight as a team are closer to levels, I think. And now with this, I believe the Demon Hunter will end up getting to level 5. And once this Demon Hunter is level 5, he is going to be that much more difficult to take out. Oh no, apparently not. Not quite the right amount of experience. 1289, 1319, and now we see an attack back onto the Death Knight. Frostworm is right there, Storm Form going back down, now coming back up. Frostworm down to 46, 116 hit points, and it does get taken down. I don't know if a Dark Ritual was used in time. It looked like it was used in time, as the Gargoyle is now taken down there. Alright, Lich, Death Knight, and the rest of the Undead army now just fleeing off to the north. Meanwhile, the Dryads, the Archers, and the Panda looking to clear out another rather difficult creep camp, and this should be pretty easy. 5-5-2-2. But we'll have to go ahead and see about that. Demon Hunter now makes its way down, wants to get to level 5. It looks like it will be able to do so off of, yes, one of the creep camps. And now the Demon Hunter is looking to back away, as he wants to give all the experience to the Panda. Very, very nicely done. No more leveling up your heroes after you get up to level 5 with the mercenary camps, as you are capped out at level 5. We'll see what will be happening next.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
As we're looking at the Demon Hunter, apparently doing a little bit of shopping, trying to find the absolute perfect best items. Alright, down over here, Gargoyle is finally showing up to do a little bit of harassment, but there is an Ancient Protector right there doing what it's supposed to do best, throwing rocks at Gargoyles, and this Gargoyle harassment army is not going to be doing much of anything. Demon Hunter now comes in with an Orb of Venom to take out some of those units, as we are looking at Nature's Blessing now being completed. Alright, coming back around, Archers. Panda now looking to push forward. Archers and Dryads waiting, perhaps wanting to get a little bit more Moonwell in their base before they do a final push. It is still early at nightfall, so by the time they do retreat, there should be more than enough Moonwells and Moon Juice for the majority of that army. Panda sitting at level 4. Demon Hunter sitting at 5. Panda should be able to get to level 4 here, or level 5 here. And once he is at level 5, I think that will pretty much seal the deal. Level 3 Breath of Fire, level 2 Drunken Haze. And those Gargoyles, no matter how strong they are in numbers, they just cannot handle if an army can out-sustain them and still deal damage. Alright, let's take a look at this. Panda now ready to go, has a Scroll of Healing. Demon Hunter has a Potion of Invulnerability, Potion of Greater Healing.
Our gold mine has collapsed.
And now the Panda and the Demon Hunter are now making their way off north. Alright, Lich, Death Knight, Frostworm all doing a bit of retreating. Gargoyles are now flying and hanging back. Dryads are ready to go, and we are now looking at a 69/70 supply for Nicker compared to 60/60 for Hopestar. Hopestar going to be in trouble here if he does not know what he's doing next, And we see once more units being added to the cause. All right, archers and dryads being perfectly used in order to counter gargoyles and obsidian statues, and we are waiting for this engagement to take place, but both sides playing a little bit of cat and mouse runaway as the gargoyles strike first. All right, stone form going down, going back up, scroll of protection. Is it going to work? It looks like yes, one gargoyle will get taken down. Abolish magic coming in as well, and more gargoyles are now trying to get away from the breath of fire of that panda, but that is not working at all. You can see that the panda is still waiting on being able to cast another breath of fire, and if it is able to do so, it may be able to turn things around. There it goes. There is a second breath of fire, but still, Nicker does end up taking the game, no problem whatsoever. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.